Your favorite Steinbrenner story?
I don't know if it's a favorite or not. I mean, there's a lot, but when I
What
was
about one I haven't heard?
one I'd throw out there is more of he had drivers, that he loaned out one day to dignitaries or family or what have you, and somehow, when I was low hanging fruit, I drew a short straw. Kentucky boy in New York City.
Oh no!
And they're like, you're gonna have to drive the boss downtown to get a haircut, and I might have been an intern.
What could go wrong?
And then after his haircut on the east side, get him over to Teterboro, and he's going to fly back to Tampa. And so I had a guy in the office. Peter Jameson was our assistant GM at the time, and it was like, oh my God, you're going to have to drive the boss. How are you going to take him? And I was like, well, to get him on the FDR, and just you dig into the FDR, and that's it. And he
Didn't have GPS back then.
No, and no cell phones. And this is a long time ago. And so all of a sudden he goes, I got a quicker way for you. So he tells me, get on the dig and go to Willis Avenue Bridge, and he gives me this whole new way. And so I get in the car, boss gets in the back seat. I get on the dig, and instead of going straight to the FDR, I start pulling off in the Willis Avenue Bridge exit. And right away, he says in the back seat, he's like, hey, where are you going? And I said, I got a quicker way. And he goes, oh, okay, we'll see. So I take the bridge, and anybody who lives in this area, there's a McDonald's on the corner there to this day, and I make the right, and the bridge is closed, completely shut down. I mean, it's under construction, and it's all backed up, and he starts railing at me from the back seat. I mean, as loud and as you could possibly believe, get me the blank out of here, take me to the blanking subway, turn back, get me back to Yankee Stadium, you bankity bank. I mean, he's killing, as loud as, I'm sitting there, getting blown up from the front, and try driving under those. I mean, the toughest job, I think, from what we've all worked for the Yankees, thought was the driver. And there was always a story about a driver leaving him on the bridge because he would go, tirade sometimes. So anyway, so I tuned him out. I did the backup, turned around, got back on the dig into the FDR, and then I hit a pothole. This was back during the Dinkins Mara years where there was a whole bunch of potholes, everything, and so he's like, this isn't a blanking tank, he's just killing me the entire drive down to the east side. So I get him, I tuned him out, I didn't engage, I just took the verbal beating, got him to the Upper East Side, and somebody's like, well, this may be why he respected you. You just still did the job under duress, and I got him to his place, and then he chose to take a cab to Teterboro. But I had some worth of accomplishment, I guess, because I got him there under tough circumstances. But I didn't like driving him.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.